You're listening to the Shigeaki podcast, where growing older means growing steadier, one mindful step at a time. I'm Dr. Mark Hyman. In our last 2 episodes, we explored something that surprised many listeners. That real, deep, uninterrupted sleep doesn't always come from pills, but from food. Ginger came first, then garlic. 2 ingredients hiding in plain sight that, when used the right way, gently support the body's natural rhythms. Today we're continuing that series with something even simpler. Not a root, not a spice, not a supplement, just a liquid you already drink every single day. Water. It sounds harmless, essential, even ideal before bed. But for many people over 60, what you drink and how you drink, it may be the hidden reason your sleep keeps getting cut short at 2 or 3 a.m. This might surprise you. After all, drinking water is supposed to be healthy, right? But here's what we've found. For many older adults, sipping the wrong liquid at the wrong time does more than wake the bladder. It confuses the nervous system, overstimulates digestion, and interrupts the very signals that tell your body it's safe to rest. That's why tonight's episode is different. We're not just going to tell you to drink less before bed. We'll show you what to drink, when to drink it, and how to turn that drink into a signal, one your body will actually listen to. Before we get there, I want to welcome back the man who's helped shape this series, Japan's oldest practicing physician, Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara.
It is good to be here again. We often say in Japan, the first signal the body receives each morning is light. The last one at night is what enters the mouth. This means that the final thing you drink is more than habit. It becomes the body's cue, stay alert or let go. Many of my older patients believe that water is neutral, but in truth, water can wake you or allow you to sleep, depending on how and when you use it.
So in this episode, we'll explore why so many people over 60 wake up between 1 and 3 a.m., how even healthy nighttime drinks like plain water might make sleep worse, what calming natural alternatives can hydrate without interrupting deep rest, and a 3-night ritual using one simple drink to help restore steady, peaceful sleep. If you've tried everything, magnesium, blue light, glasses, even meditation, and you're still wide awake in the middle of the night, it might be time to change what's in your cup. Let's begin. By now, you've heard us say this more than once. Sleep after 60 becomes fragile not because the body forgets how to sleep, but because it starts receiving mixed signals. Cortisol stays elevated longer. The bladder becomes more sensitive. Blood sugar dips come more frequently, especially after an unbalanced dinner. And all of this combined with certain nighttime habits turns the simple act of sleeping into a struggle. Tonight, we're not going to rehash all those causes again. Instead, we're going to focus on just one that almost no one questions: water. It sounds innocent. Essential even, and for the most part, it is. But timing and context change everything. Many older adults try to be healthy by drinking a full glass of water before bed, sometimes even 2. They're told it helps flush toxins, prevent muscle cramps, or keep their kidneys working overnight. What they don't realize is that this one habit might be interrupting the body's ability to fall into deep sleep or stay there.
Yes, this is something I often see in my older patients. They believe they are helping their body, but they are asking the body to work when it is supposed to rest. Water enters the stomach, the kidneys respond, the bladder fills, then the brain receives the signal wake up. This isn't a disease, it's just biology. And as we age, our ability to ignore these signals becomes weaker. What you could once sleep through at 40 now wakes you fully at 70.
And it's not just about going to the bathroom. Plain water, especially cold water, can stimulate the digestive system. That activation sends subtle messages to the nervous system. Something is happening. Stay alert. Even if you don't wake up fully, your sleep depth is affected. You may move more, dream less, and wake up feeling less restored.
In Japan, we teach, do not drink like it is morning when the moon is high. The meaning is simple. What hydrates during the day can disrupt at night. But this does not mean you must go to bed thirsty. It means the final drink should be chosen with care.
Exactly. The right liquid can soothe the nervous system, reduce overnight stress responses, and gently support hydration without overstimulating the body. And that's what we'll explore in the next part a few gentle, effective alternatives to plain water that are easy to prepare and surprisingly powerful when used the right way. So, if you've been waking up at night and can't figure out why, before blaming stress hormones or age, take a closer look at what's in your cup. Let's talk about something that might sound counterintuitive: water. We're always told to drink more of it. It flushes toxins, supports the kidneys, keeps the brain sharp. And that's true during the day. But after dinner, and especially within 2 hours of bedtime, plain water can quietly disrupt the very thing you're trying to protect: your sleep. This is especially true if you're over 60. See, as we age, our body becomes more sensitive to changes in hydration, temperature, and electrolyte balance. That means even a simple glass of cold water before bed, something most people would never question, can lead to subtle internal chaos. It might start with a light pressure in the bladder around 1 a.m. Then you shift, then you wake, and once the brain is up, even just a little, it's hard to return.
In my early years, I encouraged older patients to drink more at night. It seemed logical: dehydration is common and water is good. But over time, I observed something else. Those who drank plain water before bed woke up more, not just to urinate, but also with elevated heart rates, shallow breathing, and tension in their lower abdomen. We now understand why. Plain water, especially when consumed alone and in large amounts, dilutes electrolytes, particularly sodium, just enough to confuse the body's internal sensors. And the body does not like confusion before rest.
Exactly. When you drink plain water late in the evening, the kidneys begin filtering more actively, the bladder fills sooner, and your antidiuretic hormone, which helps reduce urination at night, can get overridden. What's more, cold water can activate the sympathetic nervous system, the fight or flight mode, especially in older adults with weaker digestive fire. One study from the Journal of Sleep Research found that even mild overnight fluid shifts can delay the onset of deep sleep stage N3 by over 45 minutes. That's nearly an hour of recovery time lost just because of a drink that was supposed to be healthy.
In Japan, we have a saying, "A quiet body needs quiet water." This means the nature of the fluid, its warmth, its taste, even its mineral content should reflect the state we want the body to enter. So when someone asks me, should I stop drinking at night, I never say stop. I say change. Change what, when, and how.
Right. The solution isn't to go to bed thirsty. That creates its own problems: dry mouth leg, cramps, morning dizziness. What we want is a drink that supports, not stimulates. And here's the key. The body responds best to subtle signals. A warm liquid with a hint of sodium or natural sweetness tells the nervous system all is well. It shifts the brain toward parasympathetic dominance, the rest and digest mode we need for sleep.
Many elders I've treated found relief not by adding medication, but by simply changing the contents of their evening cup. For example, warm barley tea, no caffeine, rich in trace minerals, and naturally calming. It doesn't burden the kidneys the way plain water does. Others used a small amount of garlic-steeped water, softened, not pungent, with a dash of sea salt and a slice of ginger. It is not about taste. It is about temperature, intention, and trust.
Let me break this down a bit more. Let's say you normally drink 250 milliliters of plain water 30 minutes before bed. Here's what can go wrong. The volume activates kidney filtration. The cold temperature stimulates alertness. The lack of sodium dilutes blood, osmolality, triggering cortisol and adrenaline release. The bladder stretches, sends a signal to the brain, and you wake. Now, imagine this instead: 120 milliliters of warm water, one slice of steamed garlic or ginger, a small pinch of sea salt or pink salt. Optional, a slice of lemon, peel, or cinnamon stick. This simple shift creates warmth in the belly, stabilizes blood sugar, maintains electrolyte balance, and prepares the nervous system for rest.
Even the act of sipping slowly with intention sends a different message to the body. We are done for the day. Nothing more is needed. And that is when sleep comes, not as an escape, but as a continuation of rest.
So no, water is not the enemy, but context matters, especially after 60. It's not just what you drink, it's how, when, and why. And if your sleep is fragile, it may be time to rethink your cup. In the next part, we'll we'll show you our favorite evening drinks, including exact recipes that calm the body, stabilize the nervous system, and support sleep gently night after night. Now that we've cleared the air about plain water, let's get practical. If you're not going to drink plain water at night, what should you drink instead? The good news, you don't need to buy anything fancy. You don't need protein powders, melatonin tonics, or sleep elixirs from Instagram. You need warmth minerals and a gentle signal. Over the years, I've experimented with dozens of calming drinks with my patients, and time and again, the most effective ones share three qualities. They're warm, never cold, they're low volume around 100 to 150 ml, and they include one or two ingredients that soothe the nervous system. Here are a few of my favorites, all backed by either tradition, science, or both.
And I will add some of the Japanese versions we use here in Tokyo, because as I always say, the drink is only half the medicine, the setting is the other half.
Let's start with something simple: garlic ginger water. This one came directly from our last podcast, but it's worth repeating. Steam 1 small clove of garlic for 2 to 3 minutes. Add it to 120 milliliters of warm water. Add 2 to the 3 slices of fresh ginger. Optionally, a pinch of sea salt. Let steep for 5 minutes. Sip slowly about an hour before bed. This helps calm inflammation, ease digestion, and relax tense muscles.
Many of my older patients prefer a gentler version. Toasted barley tea mugicha. This is a classic in Japanese homes, caffeine-free, nutty in flavor and deeply grounding. Use 1 tea bag or 1 tablespoon of roasted barley steep in hot water for 10 minutes. Let cool slightly and drink warm. Mugicha contains antioxidants and helps stabilize blood sugar overnight.
This next one is particularly helpful if you're prone to nighttime wake-ups due to stress or racing thoughts. Almond milk plus cinnamon heat, 150 ml of unsweetened almond milk. Add a quarter teaspoon of ground cinnamon. Optionally, a few drops of alcohol-free vanilla extract. Cinnamon helps regulate glucose, while almond milk's fat content prevents overnight blood sugar crashes.
And for those who wake up with dry mouth or morning fatigue, I recommend mineral salt water. Warm 100 milliliters of water. Add a pinch of pink salt or Celtic sea salt. Optional 1 slice of lemon peel. This supports adrenal function and balances hydration without overloading the bladder. We teach this in many wellness centers in Japan, especially for seniors prone to cramping or lightheadedness.
If your digestion tends to act up at night, try this one. Chamomile and Fennel Tea Steep. 1 chamomile tea bag and 1 teaspoon of fennel seeds in hot water. Cover for 8 to 10 minutes, sip, while sitting up 30 to 60 minutes before bed. Chamomile relaxes the nervous system, while fennel supports the gut and reduces nighttime bloating.
Some of my patients prefer something sweet, but instead of sugary milk or cocoa, we suggest apple cider vinegar. Nightcap 120 milliliter warm water, 1 teaspoon raw apple cider vinegar, a half teaspoon honey optional. Stir gently. This helps digestion, improves insulin sensitivity, and prevents reflux. But timing matters. It should be taken at least 45 minutes before bed, not right before lying down.
One more for magnesium support. Banana peel, tea boil. The peel of 1 organic banana in 2 cups of water for 10 minutes. Strain and let cool. Slightly. Drink 100 to 150 ml warm. Banana peels are rich in magnesium and potassium nutrients that ease muscle tension and support deep sleep.
The goal is not to find a magic drink. The goal is to create a pattern, a gentle ritual that your body begins to associate with safety and rest. That is more powerful than any sleeping pill.
And don't forget, these drinks only work if your habits support them. Avoid screens 30 to 60 minutes before bed. Keep dinner light and early. Sit while sipping, never drink while lying down. Create a quiet, low-light space to wind down. These little things matter, and when paired with a drink your body welcomes, they can restore sleep in a matter of nights. In the next part, we'll walk through a few nightly routines, how to combine these drinks with movement, breath, and silence to make the most of your sleep window. We've talked a lot about what's in your cup, but what surrounds that cup might matter even more. Because a drink, even the perfect one, can't work in isolation. It's part of a bigger message, a signal to the brain and body that it's time to unwind. So, let's talk about rituals. These aren't complicated. They're small, repeatable actions that create a sense of calm. And when paired with the right drink, they can transform how you fall asleep and how deeply you stay there. Here's the simplest routine I often recommend. Step 1, set a reminder 1 hour before bed. This is your transition window. Step 2, turn off overhead lights. Use warm, low lamps instead. Step 3, prepare your sleep drink with intention. No distractions, no rushing. Step 4, sit upright, feet flat on the floor. Sip slowly for 10 to 15 minutes. Step 5, after drinking, try a calming breath. Practice inhale for 4 counts. Exhale for 6. Do this for 5 minutes. Most people find their heart rate slows, shoulders relax, the mind stops spinning.
In Japan, we often say, sleep begins before you close your eyes. Many of my older patients live alone. Their homes are quiet, but their minds are not. So I teach them to prepare their environment as carefully as they prepare their tea. For example, after making their drink, they lay out their pajamas, fold back their bed sheets, place lavender oil near the pillow, wash their face with warm water, light a soft table lamp. These small actions say the day is done, and when the body hears that message consistently, it responds with steadier sleep.
And let's be honest, sleep is emotional. You can't drink your way past anxiety or force yourself into rest. But when the mind feels safe, when your space feels warm, and when your body receives the same sequence of care each night, sleep becomes familiar again, not fragile.
Some of my patients even hum softly as they sip, not to make music but to feel their chest relax. Others soak their feet in warm water for 10 minutes, not because they read it online, but because their grandparents did the same. These practices may seem old-fashioned, but so is sleep, and the body remembers what feels natural.
So tonight, don't just drink your tea. Make it part of something larger. Because real sleep doesn't start in the bed, it starts with a rhythm. We've covered a lot tonight, and hopefully what you take away is simple. Sometimes the best support for your sleep isn't found in a pill bottle. It's in your kitchen, in your hands, in the small rituals you repeat without stress. Swapping cold water for a warm, mineral-rich drink. Slowing down before bed. Creating calm, not forcing sleep. These things may sound too simple to matter, but that's the magic. After 60, your body doesn't need more stimulation. It needs clearer signals.
In Japan, we do not treat sleep like a battle. We treat it like a return to breath, to rhythm, to trust. So I say to our listeners tonight, do not ask your body to sleep. Help it remember, and it will.
If you found this episode helpful, share it with someone you love. Try one drink tonight. Pick one ritual. Start small. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. We're here every week with tools to help you age with strength, dignity, and calm.